I was in a meeting and
Yes.
someone looked across from me and goes, the Nuggets just fired Mike Malone.
Bro,
And they fired their head coach. They're either fired or not extending their GM, Kelvin Booth.
this is insane. Welcome to another episode of Thanalysis show with your one and only Thanalysis Adetokubo and Tony C. My
What up,
dog.
what up, what up?
Man, I don't know. First of all, it's so crazy because apparently, like, I can't even go on Twitter no more. Is your algorithm doing the same thing that my algorithm is doing? I don't want to say something weird, but the algorithm is crazy.
It's
It's
just, we'll just say
crazy.
it's crazy.
I don't want to say what it is, but it's crazy. I'm like, no, I gotta get off this app. Like, this is.
We're gonna get to some stuff, man. All right, so
But before we do that,
get to
that,
the important stuff.
let's go to the sponsors. Thanalysis show presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Want to thank Garbliss. Want to thank Potawatomi Casinos and Hotels. Want to thank Prisoner One Company. And want to thank I'm loving it, McDonald's. Thank you guys for being our starting five outside the podcast. Thank you guys. Without you guys, this doesn't happen. And back to the show, Tony.
All right, so you said your algorithm's going crazy, right? I just got a quick side note for you.
Okay, go.
You know these guys, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. I work with
Yes.
them at ESPN Wisconsin. You've been on their show
Yes.
millions of times. They love you. It's because you give that show some clout. Don't let them get confused. They've been talking on their show. They made some stupid bet. I don't know how this all happened, but two of those hosts need to go get waxed. They are going to get their body hair
define waxed.
below the belt waxed for these two grown
they
men.
tripping.
So they're scheduled, right? So we're in the studio the other day. They're talking about scheduling a wax.
Yeah.
And I go on TikTok hours later. First video that pops up, waxing video. Second video that pops up, wax. And I was like, I've never Googled it. I've never searched
They're
for
watching
it.
us,
I
they're
was
listening-
having
they're
a
listening to us.
conversation in a group text about these men getting waxed, and then
So
it
your
broke
whole
loose.
algorithm is just men getting waxed.
No, it's not. It's just they're like wax TikTok. It used to be NBA TikTok. I get a lot of like old school hip hop stuff in my TikTok. That one's awesome. Please come back. There used to be this guy who'd be like, who had the best song in 2002? Be a 4-minute video of just clips, all these songs from. I'm like, this is heaven. This is what TikTok is for. Now I got wax everywhere.
Okay. What was going to go? So people were watching, people were listening. We was going to go straight to all the news, all the headlines, and what's going on in the entire of
The
the
sports
NBA.
world is dramatic right now.
Yeah. So let's go to sports. Let's go first to sports. Go.
Did you think I was in a meeting and
Yes.
someone looked across from me and goes, the Nuggets just fired Mike Malone? And it took me a second because I was just like, all right, he's kidding, or like, because this was a week after Taylor Jenkins got fired by the Memphis Grizzlies, why they were like a 3 seed. The Nuggets were the 4 seed, and they fired their head coach. They're either fired or not extending their GM, Kelvin Booth. What is going? Because so here's
Bro.
my initial instinct was something happened behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, great coach, NBA champion. They're one of the top 5 seeds in the West right now.
Yeah.
Best player, in the Western Conference for sure. And I'm like, oh, something happened. He got in trouble with HR. Like, that's where my mind went, because I thought there was no other possible reason that basketball coach gets fired.
So my understanding is, and I see it. So now you connect the dots. If you just zoom out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You understand they did that because they have some other motive. I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
The only people who know is probably the owners of the different Nuggets. Now, I'll tell you one thing, though. The NBA is a copycat league, right? And the league copies people who win.
Yep.
And I can tell you a prime example is when the Bucks parted ways with Coach Bud, the Phoenix Suns fired Monty.
That's true.
Am I lying? So it's a copycat league, and not to say we started the trend or anything like this, but I'm just saying, like, you see what happened. So same thing with Taylor Jenkins. This has never happened before. Before the playoffs, like, I understand losing to the first or second round or something, after the years or year, like, I get that. Okay, let's start over. But to fire a coach before the playoffs.
Well, there was a scenario that I actually was there for and
Which one?
covered. David Blatt got fired I want to say it was in February, maybe March.
No. It's totally different things, Tony. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so he was the coach of the Cavs. He got fired. Ty Lue took over.
Yeah, but look at what I'm trying to say is like even that situation with David Blood, like you had LeBron James.
That was the difference.
Saying like, hey, I'm not, the style, whatever. They still would have went to the finals. I'll guarantee you that.
But
with
those
David
two
Blood.
clearly didn't get along.
Yeah, which I don't know for any other reason because David Blood's a legend, by the way. I don't like
no,
to us.
You know what? I've had questions about him because I got to know him really, really well. And I had this is a podcast for a different day, but I had questions about him for you because you knew what he did. His resume and Maccabi was
like people was treating him like he was just like, oh, this is a new guy in the league. And I'm like, guys, this is one of the best coaches in Europe, one of the best coaches in the entire planet's coming into the league. And obviously maybe there was they didn't see eye to eye. That's different. That's nothing I can't. I don't know what that was.
He also got hired for the job before LeBron got there.
Oh yeah.
So like
that's another
he
part.
was never there to coach LeBron James.
Yeah, but then this is a different example. Like this is insane.
Insane.
Even with Taylor Jenkins, we're talking about a guy who's well for you, and I understand. Don't get me wrong. There is times that you lose the first round, second round, something, or you mismanage, or blah blah blah, and maybe your time there is up and we need to restart and maybe you come back to the team. You never know. Maybe they resign him again after years.
Yeah.
Things happen. But what I'm saying now is how do you head towards the playoffs? I thought the goal was to win a championship. You stick with it. You see what happens in the end. And if something doesn't happen in the end, then you decide and you make a move.
Yeah.
That's making a move before.
And so there are a couple things come to mind.
Another one that got at you. This season is crazy.
Just the NBA season in general.
It's crazy.
Insane.
Then you trade Luka. Then you do this. Then this coaches get fired. Then this time. He's like, it feels like somebody's. Have you ever played a game that's called Pro Manager or Pro Evolution Manager? So you're a GM or you're an owner, and it's with soccer. Okay. And you're owner. It's the same thing. Like playing 2K and all of a sudden you're owner. It's like somebody's making these moves like on a video game because there's no way those moves maybe doesn't make sense to us. Maybe it makes sense to them. But I'm just saying like, wow.
Everything that has happened in the league this year. I mean, you can go back to the Luka trade. The thing to me is like with all these GMs or coaches that get fired, like obviously a lot of the public perception pays into a lot of things, but everything seems to me like everything is relationship based, right? Like if you get along with your guys, you're probably in a good spot. You're for sure not going to get fired right before the playoffs start. So like my initial question just being, did Ja Morant and Taylor Jenkins not get along? Like in all honesty, because what else is there?
So
did Jokic and Mike Malone get along? I don't know.
We don't know that. You don't know that. I don't know that either. So it's nothing we can talk about that. But what we can say is what we see. And I'm telling you, it's not normal. Like coaches and teams part ways all the time. It's a business. Nature of the business, brother. But before the playoffs, guys, we're about to go to war. General is off. Then goodbye, General. Like how does that work? You tell me.
I think the Nuggets are done.
They're not done. You cannot say that because they have a capable player to you, Nikola Jokic, who can lead them. They have Ja Morant. They have players who can lead to a certain degree. But what I'm saying is, and obviously they might have assistants who will hop in.
I don't know them. I don't follow them that closely.
Yeah.
I know Jokic is obviously great.
Yeah.
But maybe they have a lead assistant, and not a lot is going to change in their offensive playbook. And there's some things.
Yeah, it's not going to change.
Everybody
everybody has to adapt. What needs to be asked, and we'll finish the subject and move on to the next. What needs to be asked is how long is going to take those players to adjust to the next coach. That is a good question.
They say there's like the weird thing where like sometimes when a team fires a coach, there's like a rejuvenation because the messaging got stale and they generally play well for a couple games and then things highs and lows, right, of a sports season.
But not now. I'm talking about next year.
Oh, next year?
It's a certain style because what happens with the style is that you play a certain way and you get used to it. And you don't know this, but it comes automatically. You look like a college team. You're like rolling. Same thing. You're rolling. And then all of a sudden now your whole team, your whole dynamic has to switch up to something different.
But also at the same time too, like they're gonna have their pick of whatever coach they want, right? Who wouldn't want a coach?
That doesn't mean nothing. They don't have to pick whoever coach they want. They're gonna pick whoever coaches are available.
But if you're a head coach, I'm trying to make this make sense. It makes sense in my head. If you're a head coach especially because they have Jokic, right?
Yeah.
So who's the best coach in Europe right now? do they just go after someone like I don't know how that
No,
works.
so
but
no,
like,
no, you don't go. You go to the market. What the market is, the market tells you that hey, I'm not gonna go for a coach in Europe because what has happened is I don't know if a coach understands understand like the NBA dynamic. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Who knows, right? Are you willing to risk that for Jokic?
No, but I'm willing to trade a first-round pick for Joe Mazzulla in a heartbeat, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
But
I would be,
but this is the thing. Joe Mazzulla is not on the market.
but every team has a price, and you can trade for head coaches.
They're not, bro. The Celtics are not trading. They just won a championship. They're not trading their coach for nobody.
I'm just saying.
Now that's even more insane than firing your coach before the playoffs.
What? Okay, let's take this out. I'm just thinking of like scenarios where like I think if I'm a coach of any team and I have an active contract and I see I could go coach that guy, I can go win a ring with him and cement my legacy, I'm interested.
Yeah, but you're not available in the market because everybody is building their way up. Who wants to go to a situation the guy just got fired before the playoffs? You think that's nice?
Probably not, but you can coach that guy.
Yes, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, like, I get that after a first round exit or second round exit, or maybe you had the high expectations, right? And it was mismanaged. I get that. It happens, bro. But this is different. I'm telling you, it's not normal.
This had to be ownership, though, right? Because the GM's gone too. Who else?
I don't know. I can't. You know, I'm into the mix. I can't tell you that because I don't know. So if you don't have like really like sat down criteria, you can't tell
I'm just you can speculate like if the GM's gone, the coaches go, someone.
Oh yeah, both of them. I heard that too. Both of them.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think there's a lot there. It's dramatic. Speaking of drama, the Luka. We'll call it a soap opera, like the novella of like the Luka Doncic trade is pretty unbelievable. So we're recording this podcast the night that he returned to Dallas.
Okay. Wait. They played today?
They played tonight. I don't know what happened.
Won? The Lakers won?
I legitimately don't know. You want me to check?
Yeah, check it real quick.
I'm curious what happened there, but also, so like the Mavs traded him. Clearly, everyone was not happy with it, but like. Inside the arena tonight, they gave out shirts to everybody, and I believe it said "Thanks for everything" in Slovenian. But that's pretty cool. Like that's a great gesture. I saw a video of him walking through. The Lakers won 112-97, and Luka Doncic had 45 points in his return to Dallas. But I saw him like shaking up with the staff, even like the game ops people and like everybody. And it seemed he teared up during the tribute video, and it seemed
he didn't want to leave, bro.
Very, very emotional.
He did not want to leave. I mean, obviously we all know this. He didn't want to leave. He would never leave. You know, somebody get emotional in the trip. I mean, everybody gets emotional in the trip. You know, if I see myself in championship year and we're all cheering, like I'm gonna get emotional. But I'm saying, like, in this situation, like,
it's different.
He didn't want to leave. Now, again, business is business. I get that, but even that is insane.
So that is what it is. He goes back. He drops 45. They get the win. Let me ask you this. Now, here's where it gets dramatic. Here's where Hollywood jumped in here, right? There's video circulating on the internet. Now, I don't know if these guys, I'm going to throw my qualifiers out there because I'm going to have a rant about that later in the show. I don't know if these guys met before, if they exchanged text messages, what they did, what. But there's video out there that shows AD shaking hands, shaking up with every member of the Lakers, Luka included, except LeBron James.
No, he didn't.
I'm just telling you what the internet is telling us in the headlines. It is.
Wow. Do you have the video? Can I see the video?
Anthony Davis embraces all members of the Lakers, ... except LeBron James.
No.
For those in the little bit of the background here, they have the same agent, and allegedly no one knew that he was being traded out of LA. There's the video for you. Bro. We'll put this clip in the socials, obviously. Rich Paul is both of their agents. LeBron and AD, great relationship reportedly throughout. And this could just be a video. And like I said, these guys could have talked before the game.
They're brothers, man. They're brothers. Business is business, man. They're brothers, but you know
they're invested in the same companies. But this video tomorrow.
No way. I don't believe that, bro. I don't believe that.
I don't either. I feel like there is other stuff.
They had to be a clip maybe they took, and he maybe he said hi to him before, or maybe he was doing an interview.
That's generally what it is. However, LeBron is very calculated in everything that he does, rightfully so, because one wrong step and people think he's doing a million different things, right? I feel as if he would have made a point just so we don't have to have this conversation to say what's up to him.
But this is the thing, Tony, right? And this is the thing, and this is the trap we don't have to fall in, me and you, Tony.
Well, we're not.
It's like the fans. We think too highly of ourselves that LeBron cares about what we think. He doesn't.
He doesn't. No.
He doesn't.
No.
So
No one does.
So let's clear this up. So maybe he said hi to him, maybe he didn't say hi to him. I personally believe maybe he said hi to him before, and that's the video. But that's entertainment.
I gotta be honest, I fully believe that if they were in town together the night before, that they had dinner and wine at a steakhouse together. Like legit, like they were boys like that.
Oh yeah,
like,
but let me tell you one more thing. Like at the same time, AD may be locked in. You know, was this before the game or after the game?
This looks to be after the game.
Okay, I don't know, but I'm saying if somebody's locked in, I'm not gonna say hi to you, but I'm locked in. I'm trying to beat you, and then we're going, then we're gonna dive it up. What's up, man? And everything. But in the game, no, why not?
And I'm sure they'll get asked about it after the fact, and we'll have stuff.
We'll find. Let me know.
Man, it's
what
just the
happens.
drama of the crazy part is we can take this video in its entirety.
Yeah.
That is now made its rounds. It's got over 2 million views right now, and this happened an hour ago. It's 13 seconds long. You can't dap up an entire team in 13 seconds. So there's so many things. Like it is what it is, but it's just gives us something fun to talk about. Like it's just interesting. All right, keep it moving with the drama of the NBA.
What's the drama? What are you laughing?
I love Gilbert Arenas. I loved him as a player. Whatever happened with him, honestly, looking back at the way he tells the story in the locker room, is kind of funny.
Okay.
He went on, I don't know if it was a live or his show, and after Ja Morant got fined for the finger guns, right?
Yes.
Gilbert Arenas made a joke. He said he's got to stop doing anything gun-related, stop, which is great advice.
Okay.
And then Gil followed it up with, throw a grenade at the bench or something. Because he's Gilbert Arenas.
Yes.
Ja Morant threw a damn grenade at the bench. He pulled out the clip or whatever grenade, and he threw, bruh.
My boy said,
stop.
Threw it. Oh my God.
Ja Morant here.
Can I see the video? You have the video of it?
Yeah, I think there's video of this one.
Oh my God. I gotta see the video before I say anything. I gotta see the video. Hold on.
Here's the thing, Ja. Let's just think of other celebrations we could do. Give a good thumbs up.
No.
What else could we do here, buddy?
So I'll tell you what it is too. Okay. What I'm thinking. Before I say what I'm thinking, hold on. Let me see the video first.
I'm bringing it up.
Let me see the video, and I gotta see the context before I say anything.
He hits a shot here. Just restart this video. I'm just thinking of all the different things. Here's why.
Wow. He really did. He did the whole motion.
The whole thing.
He did the whole motion. And
so
then did this.
That happened on April 8th. Gil posted that video on the 7th.
Oh, okay.
But my thing is this. People are going to celebrate. You know, their celebrations are what they are. Obviously, with his history, he's got to be careful. My thing is, Ja, you're going to lose out on money. The public perception of him right now is he's a great basketball player, but he's got guns and videos. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's probably not, like everyone's initial reaction is, how dumb can you be? Why are you this stupid? Why are you doing these things? He's probably not, right? He's smart. He's a smarter human being than that. I just hate when I see young, incredible athletes or anybody lose out on endorsement opportunities and all this stuff to create this generational wealth for like really just spur of the moment gestures. You know what I mean?
So you okay. I like how you think, Tony, but in this case, you're thinking in the wrong way. What you should be thinking is, you know what? Okay, so let's say, you know how you people, you go like, and we're like, hey, man, I empathize, right? Empathy. You know what empathy is?
Yeah, of course.
What empathy really is? What is it? What do you think it is?
To me, it's like you understand the situation somebody else is in, and you can feel for them and feel for that situation and understand.
Okay, so it's not only, the empathy part is not just only feel, right? It's me basically renting a space in your head to understand what's going on in your head right now and what made you do that. And he said right now, and I can just only assume, I don't know, is that you can't tell me what to do or what not to do.
Fair.
Imagine telling somebody who has a black card to do what, bro. He's gonna do whatever he wants to do, bro. They know he wants to do whatever he wants to do. You cannot tell him what to do. And the worst was happening now. It's worse because now he's like, okay, I'm gonna find a loophole and keep doing my thing. So now that's one gesture, right? Which could be, oh man, why is he doing this? But it could be the same when they were finding Michael Jordan for his shoes. And he was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm still going to wear my shoes. I don't care. You can find me if you want to find me. Now, it's not the same,
It's
obviously.
not the same, but I see what you're,
the logic
what
is,
you're doing. Mm-hmm.
What do you think this is? I don't care. Now, the group, his, you know what I'm saying, his family, his men, like they know he's a father, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, he knows what it is. So you can only know that he's just doing it because he wants to do it. There's nothing happening. It's no inside or something. So with that being said, when you know that, you just don't react to it. I just reacted now because he did the whole motion. And it's funny.
The thing is, it's funny.
It's funny.
The thing. It's hilarious.
It's funny, bro. It's funny.
And honestly, because of his history, like, he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to have that fun. And I wish, like, people bounce back from their situations or whatever it is, and they get second chances, and it is what it is. But, like, the grenade thing is funny, and I understand it. Like, to me, I just look at, like, man, I really hope, I don't know what endorsements Ja has, if we're being completely honest. I just hope, whatever company he was talking to isn't like, hey, that 50 mil or that stake in our company that is gone. You know what I mean?
But we don't know that. You don't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know that. So, right, we can always hope to be like this. I do my job, everything, the business comes with it, etc. We don't know that.
For sure.
But what we do know, he's from what we know, he's a good kid. He's not a bad kid. He's a good guy. If he was a bad kid, everybody would be like, oh my God, he's so bad. No, he's not. He's not a bad kid. He's not a bad guy. None of his teammates ever said, oh, he's a bad teammate. None of his coaches ever said, oh, he's a bad player. Or about, you know what I'm saying? I can't coach him. Because, nobody's ever said that. So, it's just, he's having fun. He's having fun.
Once again, Gilbert Arenas'
I know, bro.
was actually hilarious.
Gil, why would you say that, man? That them kids look up to you, bro. Why would you say that?
But if anyone in the history of the NBA can give Ja Morant advice, it's Gilbert Arenas. He lived this.
No,
he's done this.
No, he done. He didn't. What Ja is doing and what Gil is doing is two different things. What Gil did is two different things. It's two different things. Now, it is kind of related a little bit. It's two different things,
Let me
bro.
re-explain that so it doesn't. So, obviously, what Gil did by bringing guns into the locker room is completely different than what Ja did having on Instagram Live. The backlash from the NBA and from the fans is similar. In that being, and Gilbert Arenas post-suspension did finger guns. Gilbert Arenas is going to be back suspended.
True.
Yes.
But let me give you two things that was different. That was a different era. Mm-hmm. And this is a different, and what do I mean by different era? Not before, like what would happen before. It's about now, because it's all about public perception. He wasn't in the locker room. He wasn't even close to the NBA arena. He wasn't even close to NBA anything. It was just about perception, which is okay. Totally understandable. You're a corporation. We're involved with you. We do business together. You're entitled to do whatever. Okay. The second thing is our generation, and I don't want to say what generation am I? Am I millennial?
We're millennials, yeah.
We're millennials? Okay, we are, right? And the generation before us was totally different, right? We were more barbaric in a certain sense, like, oh my God, it was more like, but we just knew like, oh, okay, we can, this is our limit. We never just, was like, I'm going to free flow, I don't care what you say. This generation is totally different.
Very
so
different.
it's those two colliding. That's all it is. That's all fair. This is happening. So, okay, let's go to the next one.
All right. I have 2 Bucks topics on my list here. I'm going to save it till the end because I got some thoughts.
Okay.
I got some thoughts I need to talk about. But before we get to that, I got 3 more quick hitters for you. The Suns didn't make the playoffs. That just, to me, I don't care who your coach is, who your role players are, who anything is. If you are Kevin Durant and Devin Booker alone, much less add Bradley Beal in there, you should probably make the playoffs. It just seems improbable. It seems crazy.
Okay, so let me give you my honest thought because that's my dog too, Bud and like the guys and half of the bench is like my guys we want to, be on the run.
Yeah, Grayson Allen's on that team.
Yeah, Grayson Allen.
You know these guys.
Them guys. It's a bad situation. Not only bad, it's a tough situation, bro. Because they went through injuries too. Like it wasn't they play bad because we played against them. So they're tough. They're tough. So
but Durant's been out 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Beal missed a lot of
Exactly.
time.
Very top, very, very, very top heavy. Mm-hmm. That's what happens in teams, and we've fallen victim of it as well.
For sure.
Right. Very top heavy, and when that top heavy somebody goes down, you just You lose games.
You might have a $200 million luxury tax, but if your top guys and your top heavy team are out, you become an average team.
Yeah, and then what hurt him too was obviously West. It was kind of like it was a different ball game in the West. It's a lot about talent. It's not gritty. It's not gritty enough. Like East, we're gonna fight. Like this is battle. Like Detroit, New York. Like we're gonna like I'm saying the Celtics. Like even the Pacers. Like we're gonna like battle. Like the Midwest, we're gonna fight. The West is more of a talent than just
it's just different. The leagues feel so different.
We gotta beat you with talent in the West. Like we're gonna, I'll shoot you, I'll coach. Like so that's why you see all the teams are so close because they just play.
The day we're recording this, there is teams that can finish anywhere between 3rd and 10th in the Western Conference. There's 4 games left.
Exactly, and there's a reason that that happens against teams. If you notice that most of our comebacks, even in the series against teams, has been against teams with the West because they played a different game, and we want to wear you down. We want to bully you. We want to wear you down. Like, and I can give you a prime example. Prime example was last night we played against Minnesota. And okay, forget Minnesota.
New Orleans before that.
Yeah,
come back in that one.
And then was another game.
I'm trying to think of a Western game recently.
Sacramento. Was it Sacramento with the Dame hit the game winner in the end? We came all the way back and Dame hit the game winner.
That was a great day.
Yeah.
I remember that game.
Then let's go back to the finals against the Suns, right? West team. They were up 2-0. They should have finished the deal. And we just like pounded and go and went and just like, what I'm saying? Just the East game, just like we're gonna go to the rim, we're gonna post you up, we're gonna wear you down, So it's the same thing. In the West, it's just like very, very so talented and so like heavy. James Harden, KD, like all these guys are just LeBron, Luka, all these guys scorers, like all these guys is in one place and they're just pure talent playing. And basketball, obviously, but it's different for us. So why do I want to say that? Because after that happened, I do think what hurt them as well was the trades. The trade talk hurt them because they were waiting for Jimmy. Some of the teams were saying this was in the air, right? They were waiting for Jimmy Butler. I'm not gonna get Jimmy Butler. Why? Because Bradley Beal supposedly, I don't know if it's true, but supposedly he doesn't want to get traded because he's the only guy in the league who has a trade clause.
No trade clause. Yep.
So if you think about that. It just hurts just everything because now guys are hurt. Somebody's telling you like, hey, I'm not moving. I don't want to help nobody. Like I'm doing my thing. But at the same time, you're not playing because you're hurt. So it's not a knock to Bradley or knock to the team. It's just like the whole environment didn't help them just stabilize and be in contention for the playoffs.
And then they had
the
KD rumors were right before the deadline.
And then he's going to go to the Warriors.
The thing with was it Nurkic? The not talking to Bud forever. Like, man, that team it was just a little bit messy this year.
Every team was like that. Every team.
Yeah,
every team across the board. But it hurt them the most because they were top heavy. And, with Devin Booker, which is, this guy, excellent.
Incredible.
Excellent. Like, I was so proud to like watch him this year too, like just leading the team. And it's like, hey man, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna show up and do my thing. And I saw the bond between him and KD kind of in the games. I like that as well because it's hard all of a sudden to have somebody like KD, right? And the thing that got my attention the most was that you just said. So when you said they're out of the playoffs, they can't make it at all.
Mathematically, they are eliminated.
So this is unfortunate because if I told you in the beginning of the season that the Phoenix Suns were going to be out of the playoffs, you would be like, no way.
You know what I would have told you?
Yes.
Is that KD and Devin Booker got hurt for a significant amount of time. That's the only way that would have happened, and that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, so, and especially
not Devin, but he missed a little bit of time.
Yeah, it's just top heavy, and especially when you have Coach Bud, he's a master when it comes to system, master when it comes to defense, master. He has Gillespie, Grayson, not all these guys playing like how we play. So I already know they know. You know what I'm saying? He's a master at this. So it was just unfortunate to not be in it because I would love to see him in the playoffs.
Speaking of college basketball, or speaking of the Suns, Grayson Allen's on that team. It was 10 years ago the other night that Duke beat Wisconsin in the national championship game.
Oh, shoot, okay.
And so we should have Grayson Allen on the show too.
He wants to come on the show. He's done it so many times.
I want to start off by telling him, you have no idea how much I disliked you as a basketball player.
You want to hear something crazy?
You came to the Bucks, man. Everyone feels that way.
Everybody says the same thing, and then when they meet him, they go like, "Bro, this is the best kid ever."
For sure, spent way too much time hating him, and then he, That was a tough one as a Badger. That was a tough one. All right, moving on. How do we want to get into this? Well, you know what? All right, here's what we're going to do. 3 more topics. Two of them are Bucks related. Oh, I got some thoughts. I need to collect them a little bit. But first, LeBron James has a Barbie doll.
What?
Have you seen this?
Say it again?
The LeBarbie. Mattel has made a LeBron James Barbie doll, a collector's edition that is coming out soon. It actually looks pretty cool. He's got like the Letterman jacket on.
Can I see it?
He's got a pair of Beats headphones in his hand.
What?
It's very well done.
That man a businessman, bro. Like, what?
The amount of people who hate on him for a million different things is, silly. And
so he's like the
what
first
it is.
athlete to be a bar. Okay, so is he supposed to be called a Barbie doll or a Ken doll?
LeBarbie, right? I mean, I think technically he's a Ken doll.
Ken doll?
Yeah.
I guess Barbie don't sound.
No, because it's Barbie.
They don't
Ken.
sound. I'm sorry, but it don't sound good
So
to me.
I think it's LeBarbie.
Yeah. Wow.
In terms of like product, it looks really good.
It's nice, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Kenbassador. Oh my God, that is a game.
That's a good one.
Kenbassador. I like that.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, go.
If you can get your hands on one of these,
Yeah.
get your hands on it,
Yeah.
put it away, and then in 30 years, 20 years, when your kid needs to go to college, take this thing out of the wrapping and throw it on the internet. Because the way that collectible stuff is going today, anything LeBron James related.
Everybody, not only LeBron, they should do after him. They should do Steph. They should do Giannis. They should do who else? I mean, those 2 for sure.
All of those guys. All those guys who's like...
No. It's specific. It's specific. I'll tell you why. It's specific. Those 3 for sure. Bron, right? Steph, Giannis. I think they should do Luka. But they did, like, I'll tell you, because those 3, obviously...
I was thinking KD.
No. Obviously, those guys, they're big. But what I'm saying is marketability. Like, those 3.
Oh, yeah.
Giannis, Steph, and LeBron is like...
Do you even see the detail in LeBron, like with the beats?
Yeah,
like
beats,
which he endorses.
People will get them and
Nikes.
save them. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. Get it and save it like it's a rookie card.
Yeah.
All right. The Milwaukee Bucks. I got some thoughts.
Oh, Bucks now. Okay, go.
Bobby Portis is back.
Bobby.
I saw him today when we were recording this, doing an event in downtown Milwaukee, and just like the fans were incredible. The energy the night after the Timberwolves game to meet him. He's signing autographs for fans. He's giving out T-shirts. Like, he is fully reintegrated into the city. He's back, and I think that is huge and healthy.
Can I say something? And I always, you know me, bro. I always keep it like clean. I always keep it positive and always look at the bright side. But I want to say one thing.
Let's hear it.
For the amount of shit talking, slander on Twitter 5 months ago, and then for the amount to be saying like, oh my God, we miss Bobby. Where is Bobby? Oh, we miss Bobby. We miss his energy. We miss his rebounding. We miss his glue, being the glue of the team. We miss this being an enforcer. We need his energy. Where's Bobby? We need this. This was insane.
Bro,
like,
it's these accounts that think they can
cover.
No,
it's not this accounts. I'll tell you what it is.
I'm saying you were talking about the people on Twitter, right?
No, but it's not just the Twitter. I'm saying in general, this is what happens to people. Your presence is not missed until you're not there. And once you're not there, everybody's like, whoa, something's missing. Something's not right. Something's not clicking. Until they figure what's not clicking, then they understand like, hey.
What's it? They say you never know what you got till it's gone.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm the total opposite. Like I appreciate people around me. I want people around me to, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're my like person I work with and we deal with, like, I appreciate you for being here. I don't take this for granted. It's just this thing to take this stuff for granted and all of a sudden he's not there and you're like, oh, I thought he was gonna, and now just, I was so happy to see him out there and people like go crazy. They missed him.
For sure.
We missed him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's great.
So it was great. It was great.
I'm just excited for him to be back. The energy's back.
Yes.
I do think having being able to go from Brook to another 7-footer in the middle when you're making a 34-8 run against a like that matters. That energy matters. Like it's all great. The Bucks are in a good spot with him in the lineup. I love it. All right. Gruber Law Offices, Thanalysis, as always. Now I got to do too.
Yeah.
Gruber Law Offices, one call.
That's all.
Got to give a shout out to Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We had the live show there. They're great for everything, including hotels, so make sure to check them out. We got the Prisoner Wine Company, and in the mix now, Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it. McDonald's.
Yes, absolutely. Wine and McDonald's plus a casino, and it's the perfect show for me. It's all of my favorite things. We're good. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Thanalysis Show on all social platforms, YouTube. Tell your friends. We got a lot of big stuff planned. Can't wait to do this show a lot during the playoffs. On a long playoff run. Let's get it.
Yes. Let's go, Bucks. Let's go.
Thanalysis Show.
Out.